Hello, welcome in. This is Cleo Ra, and I had a message about Saint Christopher a few days ago that some of you might remember me mentioning. I'm here now with that message. Now, this is a message for somebody who I feel like you were really at a low point in your life, and I feel like this was considerable. I feel like you could look around and you could see people around you, maybe in school, work, community. You could see that you'd had it a little bit different than how they had it, right? I really feel this energy when I did the pre shuffle. It was a Five of Pentacles energy, but it was a real heavy, hard Five of Pentacles. And I feel like you had a lot of hopes to be somewhere or to get somewhere. This could have been in a relationship or situation that you had a lot of. They're telling me your heart went really deep with this. It went really, really deep for you. And I feel like, yeah, they're giving me an elastic band snapping backwards and telling me you had to kind of recoil from this situation. You had to escape or you had to really go the other way, right? Even though some part of your soul wanted to keep going down that path, you had to abandon it. I'm getting abandoned ship. And this was a ship you would have got very comfortable on. This was a ship you would have invested a lot in and put a lot of love into it. And you thought it was going to take you all the way. It ended up being a huge, huge letdown. I'm getting sorrow. Wow, I can feel this energy of the energies that came in to try and surround you when you were so vulnerable. There could have been a day when you were sobbing and you felt completely alone. And I'm getting this energy of you really reaching out to spirit. You know, this happens automatically when our frequency gets into a certain state of being. I call it like a TV station of consciousness because our whole life is our consciousness. So when we tune ourselves or when we become tuned to such a state of despair, it really does bring the angels in. And they're telling me now, don't get distracted, Cleo, Rob, with your ADHD. They're telling me that's where Saint Christopher comes in. Now, a lot of people know about saints and stuff. I'm not like that, right? Although, you know, I've got my childhood influences and all that sort of thing. But all I got when I googled Saint Christopher was the patron saint of travelers, and I saw a little mythological story, or a real story, who knows, a story. And they're telling me all that matters is the symbology here, whether it's real or not real. People can argue till the cows come home, but it's all about the symbology of the archetypal realm that we live in. And I'm being told that Saint Christopher was with you that day when you were sorrowful, and that he's wrapping you up and making sure you get delivered to where you need to be. Now, this place you're going to be delivered to, I don't really need cards for this reading, that's the thing, but this place you're going to be delivered to is going to be way more cushy than the vision you even had for the other situation that didn't go the whole hog, right? Yeah, they're showing me a sunken ship here. So I feel like you had to get out with what remained. You had to keep yourself intact and really be strong and really keep going. They're telling me the day you were sorrowful, the day you were weeping, you opened the door to Saint Christopher to guide you, to take your hand, and to make sure you get across the river symbolically. Okay, so you are a child of Saint Christopher, and that's what they want you to know. They also want you to know that all of the despair, all of those times where you might have been calling out to maybe your ancestors or to God or to Jesus or whoever, wondering who was there for you, they want you to know that that sent out such a huge amount. They're showing me golden clouds here where there's just this billowing, this powerful energy. It almost feels godlike. They're telling me Jupiter, and they're showing me the sun shining through these clouds that look absolutely, they're telling me burnished clouds. Like they look absolutely like another world. And that's what you started accessing. They're telling me when you were on the floor. So I don't know if they mean this literally or they mean it spiritually, when your soul was at its last ebb and you thought you'd lost everything. They're saying, nope, you didn't lose everything. And you know, another part of the message I got through the other day was there has been interest added. You've been adding interest on this dream. This dream's been getting bigger and bigger and better and better and better. And they're saying, you better believe it. Because St. Christopher, you know, when he first showed up in my energy field, he felt like he had a chariot or a sled with him. And I'm thinking, is there a connection to St. Christopher and Santa Claus, or what we in the UK call Father Christmas? Because he was coming up to me like he was the guy with the sled in the sky. That's kind of how it was here. We've got the Four of Water here. They're pulling me to the bubbles on this card. I'm going to show you the bubbles on this card. 9 of Pentacles here. They're telling me you literally, spiritually had to, it would be like being underwater and sucking air out of a bubble to breathe, to make sure you could keep going. That's how much you had to get through here. And then we've got the 9 of Pentacles. So you've come a mighty long way here. And we've got the Trinity showing up here, this knot. And they're telling me it's like the same as the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But what they mean is it's the Trinity of all the things that we don't see, all the invisible things, the higher worlds, right? And all the energies that you connected with. This is what it's brought out in you, this sovereign positioning. This is who you really are. They're telling me with this 9 of Pentacles. No human on this earth is ever who they truly are until they reach this state of abundance where they can truly flow and get out of getting through the day and having to do what you need to do to survive. This is about you really building that platform, building a solid temple, a mezzanine to uplift yourself and to find stability on. And this is real alchemical gold here. You really did it. And I feel like, before this sorrowful situation happened, I feel like you were hiding from yourself. I do. I feel like you had so many gifts. And I feel like there were things maybe you were shy. Maybe you just didn't give yourself enough credit. Who knows? All the psychological ramifications. I could go into childhood things, and maybe you felt self-conscious about something about yourself, or maybe there was someone around you who was threatened by your gifts. That's very common. But there's something here where you were shying away, not showing the world who you were. I'm hearing nothing to prove. But they're adding on to that, nothing to prove, but everything to gain. Because something about this situation where your emotions felt like you were drowning, it might have felt like you were underwater, didn't know how to breathe spiritually. It really brought this out in you. Like there's a putting your foot down energy here, a full stop energy. That ship might have sank, but you were still breathing. Your spirit was still breathing. Someone else in the equation, I'm not sure their spirit was ever breathing from day dot. Okay, and I'm not going to go into that which we could label as spiritual warfare on this planet. But there are many souls on this planet from many different origins. Let's just say that. But what they want to really impress upon you is that your soul stayed breathing. Someone else, their soul was never inflated to begin with. They were a flat balloon from day dot. Your gifts were like in a treasure trunk, held in waiting for you. And I feel a patience with you, this lovely, easy flowing energy, but I feel like you were a background player of the game. And I feel like there's something now where you've had to take center stage, because what they just showed me, guys, on Toys R Us, I think it was maybe I can't even remember which one it was, but it was the one where he meets the whole rodeo show with the girl and the old man, the prospector, I think it was, and the donkey, right? But they had a stand that they stood on. They had a special podium, something that would hold them, their own platform, right? When they got put in the case to be displayed. So this is coming up for a reason here. Something was held tightly contained spiritually, like a treasure trove of gifts in your non-physical apothecary. Something was kept. They're telling me it was kept very still. It's almost like I can hear the crickets here. No one knew what you had coming. No one knew all the gifts that you possessed here. And there's something about this flower that she's holding in her hand. You holding on to that which is precious, keeping it safe, keeping it cloaked, keeping it hidden. So I feel like, sometimes when spirit has big plans for a big soul, particularly an advanced soul, that which I would affectionately call a godlet, right? We're all cherubima. We all come from source energy. But when spirit's got a real plan for a real advanced soul, they won't even let that soul know who they are till the time's right. So they're giving me the age 33. Until it was time for you to know who you were and what your gifts were, it wasn't the time to move, and you did just have to get by, sucking air bubbles where you could, seeing the good in this person, enjoying your meals, being grateful for the roof over your head, appreciation, right? You were getting your air bubbles wherever you could here. But my, oh my, the safest way to keep an initiate safe or to keep a god safe is to not even let them know they're a god, right? They're showing me American gods. They love giving me this scene for reference where the lady was sat on the pavement looking like she was homeless. She's a goddess, right? Did you see what she did to that man in that hotel? Yeah, man. Took all his power, right? So something about you here, you didn't know who you were or where you were going. And the place you thought you were going to, it sunk. That was a whole different version of you, they're telling me. That was a whole different platform of consciousness. The you are not anymore. You are not that you anymore. You chose the air bubbles. You chose your dignity. And you chose your strength here, and you chose sovereignty. They're saying, my oh my, were you lucky that ship went down? Were you lucky for that sorrow? Were you lucky for that pain? Yes, you were. Six of Swords. Because what they're showing me here is that if that sorrow would never have happened, if that person hadn't let you down, if that situation hadn't have crashed and burned and sunk, you would never have got to this Nine of Pentacles, this beautiful sovereignty level where now you know your gifts and you know how special you are. Anything else we need to know? Strength energy here. You're learning all your strength. Leo energy. And this beautiful, gracious guidance. Accepting who you are. It's almost like you're escaping now from that which they might call the matrix or the lower vibrations of consciousness, that world that only exists within your mind or within my mind. If we choose to connect with it consciously with our beautiful human mind that is an aerial and etheric aerial, I feel like you're letting the physical go. You're letting the physical rules go now. And you're accepting the etheric, you're accepting the magic, you're accepting your infinite nature here with that beautiful infinity sign. And this is it. There, that's St. Christopher. See, I'm so thick sometimes. I totally am like an air bubble myself. There he is. That's St. Christopher taking you and your inner child, or you and anyone that you have a responsibility to keep safe. He's taking you across the river. I can't believe it. I can't believe I didn't notice that till now. And you taming your fears. I feel like you taming your fears is a major one here. Big lion energy. And they're showing me a circus here. They are actually showing me a circus for this. They're trying to give me a quote. You know how they say, about lions in the circus and wolves and stuff like that. Wolves don't perform in the circus. But lions certainly are the most beautiful treat for us at the circus. Did anyone go to the circus before they all got banned and stuff? And now we've got to look at crappy little motorbikes going around. Like, can they not just treat the animals well and have a beautiful circus? I mean, who knows? Anything's possible, right? But here we go. There's something about you being on show, you being elevated. I'm seeing bright light shining upon you here. So I don't know where your work's taking you. But they're saying it's a small world. It's a real small world. And we do have this victory here. So you've gone from being in that sunken state of emotions that I know was very painful, that I know was ouchy in ways you never thought you'd experience. I can feel this. Pain you could never even put into words. You wouldn't even know how to bottle it up. So you just had to get on with it and get on with your greatness. And that's what you did. 6 of Wands here. Pure victory. From the bottom of the ocean to this regal stallion, they're telling me. You are riding the energy of a regal stallion. And there's not just one victory wreath here. They're pulling me to this one on the head and the staff, because you've been building up interest on your gifts here. All of these coins on this 9 of Pentacles, it's all for you, my darling. And this is independent conjuring. This is the most satisfying conjuring of all. 3 of Pentacles here, and we've got the 7 of Cups. So whatever that old chapter was, you've cancelled it out. And it could have been painful, because I'm kind of feeling this energy of like, imagine a muscle tendon. They're showing me the tendons of someone's heart and saying our hearts really do get broken. You know, back in the day, in the Wuthering Heights days, Emily Bronte and the Bronte sisters, people in those days in England, they would literally die of a broken heart because love was everything. If you had one person to keep you going, that was all you needed. One telegram, one letter. But if you lost that person, your immune system could drop terribly. So you raised yourself up out of this strength and the 6 of Wands. That's double Leo, along with your double victory. And the 7 of Cups. So I feel like many people are going to want to work with you here. We've got the Page of Water on the bottom of the deck, which is the Page of Cups. It's a card of using your imagination to get you everywhere you want to go. It's a card of getting connected to the magic of emotions. And they're saying sometimes when we plunge into the depths of our emotions, into those places we feel like we don't want to be, we come out with lots of loot. We come out with things we forgot about. They're showing me a trophy that, was lost at the bottom of the sea. And when we go down there in our emotions, we do bring out those glimmering memories. So this could be memories from childhood that resurface, something you want to do. I'm getting singing, artwork, anything etheric that makes you feel wonderful. We've got begin now, take your first step. So they're saying with anything that you're working on, when it comes to taking it out, putting it in the public eye, I'm getting so many references for you being under a hot light, right? And don't worry, when you're on stage, you can't see the audience anyway, right? For someone out there, it's going to be a breeze because it feels like it's a big world, but it's actually a small world. We're all little children in the human garden, right? So something's going to go swimmingly well for you with this Three of Pentacles. They're saying it's all fun and games, whether you're in the public eye or not, it's still just life, right? No way. We've got in the flow. And I'm so glad I mentioned what St. Christopher was showing me when he first showed up for me a few days ago, because he was showing me that sled in the sky. Everything is smooth sailing. So someone needs reassurance. Maybe you're used to, I'm hearing that for someone out there, you could have gotten used to someone putting you down, someone you were in a relationship with putting you down. And they're saying that's why you might have a little bit of self-doubt or this niggling energy that's just sort of crept into the wiring a little bit in your subconscious mind. And it could be making you feel like a little bit self-conscious when it comes to this idea of being in the public eye. But they're saying whether we're just walking down to the local newsagent for a pint of milk or whether we're on MTV, we're still just humans in the garden, right? And we're still the center of our own universe no matter what's going on. So they're saying you've got this. Okay, wherever you are is home and you're winning. This is you pure winning. 9 of Pentacles, a beautiful status to be at. Only 5% of the humans on earth ever normally get to this status. We're trying to lift that up a bit. All the beautiful tarot readers, spiritual workers, all the golden hearted ones. We're getting more and more people to this 9 of Pentacles because this is our birthright to be in this state, right? And you're going there, you're there. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. So this is like triple confirmation for somebody who needs to know you are who you are. It's not going to change. You're going to have multiple people to work with. I feel like new friendships coming in as well because you learn how to be your own best friend. And you can see with this one, she's sort of treading water here. This little baby, dealing with her emotions, finding the peace with the lotus flowers and still managing to make a splash, right? I'm getting, still managing to feel the invigoration of life, even when you were down. I feel like you're someone you can still look at the sky and be like, how beautiful, how majestic, how gorgeous. And I feel like that's why you are an ethereal being who will always be blessed. But this is, they just gave me a hand on the shoulder and it felt like it was wearing a white glove. I don't know what that will mean to somebody, but I feel like someone could feel the soft, cushiony hand on their shoulder. You could be sat meditating, watching TV, whatever, relaxing. And they're saying you might, for a split second, feel the hand of St. Christopher on your shoulder. Let me grab this card one sec. Okay, my fat ass. Tonight, the stars will align to help me take charge of my life path. Because there's something here where you've had it drilled into you who you are and that you're supposed to be in some position. But it's just really letting yourself. They're showing me a slider, like a kid sliding down a lovely polished slide, as we'd call it in the UK. And they're saying that's what you need to do. Let yourself go wild. See this rainbow as a slide. And you've just got to be who you are. And know that heaven has you every step of the way. May I channel my angel guides to show me the right path to move forward. So St. Christopher's coming in. He's very jolly. I find him quite jolly, his energy. Like he makes fun of like, I'm the Father Christmas now. I'm the one guiding this person where I need to go. So the deities, we can only interpret deities at our level of consciousness. And I have such a humor that they come across quite humorously to me. So it's all jolly, baby. It's a really beautiful, jolly energy coming in to guard you to this gorgeous destination. It's going to feel amazing. It feels like, when you're a kid and you wake up on the perfect Christmas day, well, you're getting this like with the energy times 3. It's beautiful. You and your loved ones are safe. So I'm going to leave it there. I know someone's had the reassurance they need. And look out for that pat on the back from St. Christopher. I love you, darlings. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah.